just to be clear, I want this presentation to be more informal than usual because I think it would better illustrate a better picture of who I really am. I won't be using a script, but instead just I'll talk about some of the things you need to know, address some of the important questions in the rubric. I'll talk about my childhood and how I was raised, and so you can get a better picture of who I really am. To get to know me first, I have to get the boring stuff out of the way. This is my 5th year at MRU. I was in the business administration program before switching to international business just this last year. I am set to graduate this fall, which I am very, very excited for. And I posted a photo of the mountains on this slide because of my love for the outdoors. Hiking, biking, snowboarding, and skiing have all been an important part of me growing up here in Alberta, and I'll get into that some more in a later slide. So hello, this is me, and this is what I look like. That little fuzzball I'm holding is Wallace. He is my best pal, strongest supporter, and the number one guy I can count on for eating all my toilet paper. Through Wallace, I have learned responsibility, the value of patience. He has taught me so many lessons already at just 6 months old, and while he's much bigger now than in this photo, I think he's taught me some important lessons. And I thought it was just important to mention because he's pretty cute, and everyone likes dogs. So there's my pup. Now, Redwood Meadows. Redwood Meadows is the place I grew up. It's a small community outside of Calgary, and through this tight-knit community, I learned to thrive in a competitive atmosphere with the other kids who are also growing up around the same age as me. I got very close and comfortable with the outdoors, and I met good people who eventually became lifelong friends. In fact, in the photo on the bottom left, Bryn Welter, who is in my international business program as well, is in the yellow shirt, and he has been a friend for my entire life. Going on some more about how I grew up, the outdoors was always something I loved, like I said. Redwood Meadows was just a paradise for things like biking and hiking and rafting, golf, soccer, basketball, hockey. I got access to all of those sports and it had a tremendous impact on who I became. I ended up playing basketball and hockey throughout high school, and I still enjoy hiking, biking to this day. While all of these activities shaped my childhood for sure, I'm not just an outdoorsy type. My dad has worked in the tech industry for 40 years, and through him I got interested in computers and have been interested in computers and programming for probably since grade 9, so the last 7, 8, 9 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. My mother, on the other hand, is a author, and she's the author of many fiction books. From a young age, she's instilled in me a desire to read, to escape, and to keep learning through reading. That desire still persists to this day. I'm actually currently reading The Hobbit, which is not necessarily a educational book, but a great book nonetheless. The reason I spent most of my time on my makeup is because individual personality is extremely important for determining roles in a group project. Because it's my 5th year at MRU, I've got a good understanding of my strengths and weaknesses, as I've been in group projects for 5 years. That's a ton of group projects. My strengths involve speaking or presentations, which unfortunately during COVID there's a lot less of that strength being put on display. Leadership and just taking control of a project and pushing it forward and making sure everyone's ideas are represented in the final copy. Research, because I love computers, I have just naturally found good ways to get a lot of effective research very quickly and find relevant research very quickly. But I struggle with organization. I struggle with organizing schedules, and I just get stressed at the thought of having to organize group meetings with 5 or 6 group members to have to navigate schedules around. My sleep schedule leans on the late side. I tend to stay up late, and I've been known to work well up until 3 or 4 a.m. or later to crush through and get ahead of group projects. It's just how I like to do things sometimes. Anyways, I hope this short journey into my life and into my background helps paint a clearer picture of who I am and where I came from, so we can make better informed decisions of whether or not I should be in your group. Or if you hated the presentation and you don't want me in my group, that's also fine. But um, yeah, thank you for listening, and have a good rest of your week.